Welcome to day 19 of what me and my dog eat for 30 days after 5 years on a carnivore diet. I am tracking, documenting, and sharing everything that me and my dog consume, and at the end of each video, I go over a complete nutritional breakdown as well as the cost. So if this is something that resonates with you and you want to follow along as we try to optimize the diet, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the future videos in this series. And if you happen to miss the previous episodes and you want to catch up, as always, there will be a link in the description below where you can access those videos and start from day one. So the focus today is going to be trying to optimize the diet and round out nutrition using mostly muscle meats, because based off what we've seen so far, it's really easy to do that, including organs, but not so easy to do that using only muscle meats. So me and my dog is going to go ahead and get this workout in, and then as soon as I'm done working out, I'm going to go up and have my first meal of the day. Alright, so first up I have 2 ounces of mussels. I have a 5-ounce wild-caught salmon fillet with the skin on. I have a second wild-caught salmon fillet with the skin on, and this one's about 6 ounces. 2 ounces of extra sharp cheddar, 4 tablespoons of organic butter, and 8 ounces of oysters that I got this past weekend. I've had these frozen, and I got these for $5. So it's going to be a seafood morning. Hopefully that helps round out the entire day. But I'm going to go ahead and fire the grill up. I'm going to cook these salmon fillets skin down as always so I can get them good and crispy. And I'm going to sit down and I'm going to grub out. Alright, meal 1 about to be in the books. So the only other thing I'm including is some pink Himalayan salt. As always, I salt my food to taste. So I'm getting ready to dig into this. It smells really good. Again, based on, I'm assuming nutrient density and just what I'm consuming, I'm still not hungry. I just don't have a hunger signal anywhere in my body right now. I feel very satiated and totally fine, but I'm going to eat this meal because I did just do a pretty intense workout, so I need the nutrition. So I'm going to dig into this. But as far as cost goes, this meal here is a little bit more expensive. This is kind of fancy food. All right. But the only thing that bumped the price up of this actually was the oysters, because that 8-ounce can was $5. If it weren't for that, it would only be like right at $5 total. But with the oysters included, the total came to $9.71. So yeah, I mean, 25 ounces of food for $9.71 still isn't bad. So with that said, I'm going to dig into this. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it because it does smell amazing. And I'll catch up with you when I feed Shawnee. Alright, time for supper for the pupper. Let's see what's on the menu. Alright, so tonight we have 13 ounces of chicken leg quarter. There's a big chicken back in here for some raw meaty bones. I got this for 87 cents a pound last weekend. So 13 ounces is 71 cents. Next up, I have 4 ounces of local ground beef. This is 80/20. I get this for $2.99 a pound. 4 ounces is 76 cents. I've got 1 large turkey neck. This is 5 ounces. I get this for $2.09 a pound from a local butcher shop. So 5 ounces is 65 cents. I've got a nice pile of chicken gizzards here with some chicken heart. I get this for $1.29 a pound. This is 4 ounces, and 4 ounces is 32 cents. I've got 2 chicken feet here, 3 ounces. I get these for $2.24 a pound, and 3 ounces is 42 cents. And last but not least, I have a little over half a cup of homemade bone broth, and this is 100% free. So the total cost for everything that you see here, this is 29 ounces of food, is $2.86. That breaks down to $1.58 a pound. Six ounces of pork chop, 4 ounces of local venison, 4 ounces of chicken, skin on, 2 ounces of deer heart, 1 ounce of Tillamook cream cheese, 2 ounces of extra sharp cheddar, and 2 ounces of beef fat. Also have 2 pasture-raised egg yolks. And I'm also going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of eggshell powder for a little extra calcium. Alright, dinner is ready. So I'm ready to dig in. But before I dig into this, let's talk about cost real quick. So this ended up being 27 ounces of food. But with everything in here, because the venison and the heart, of course, was free. I sourced that myself. And the 2 ounces of beef fat were free. The total cost for this is $3.94. So breakfast was $9.71. This was $3.94. So that's $13.65 for the day. So again, under 15 bucks. Still not bad. Not bad at all. Very, very affordable. And when you factor in my dog's food, her food was $2.86. The total for the day, both my meals plus my dog's, was $16.51. All right, another meal down, another meal in the books. That was really good, and I think the high fat kind of hit the spot tonight. That was a little bit higher fat than what I've been eating, I guess, the past 4 days, 5 days. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's get into the nutrition because I'm really curious to see how this is going to stack up compared to the previous 4 days. So my total calories consumed today was 3,245 calories, and that put me at a 484 calorie surplus, and that's actually quite a bit lower than, I would say, almost this entire series so far. I think I had one other day that was in the 400s, but I've been averaging close to 1,000 calories over a day. But I would say this is probably pretty optimal today because I simply have not been hungry because this food is so nutrient dense. I'm very satiated. So not getting that much food today is probably not a bad thing. And speaking of that, I did weigh myself again this morning. I'm still right at 170. So still averaging about the same weight. 168, 170 is what I've been this whole time. So, going on 20 days worth of eating at a calorie surplus every single day, and I have not gained really any weight. All right, so my fat to protein ratio today was 64% of my calories came from fat and 33% of my calories came from protein. So my total protein consumed today was 256 grams. Total fat was 234 grams. All right, vitamin C, this is one I was really curious about, not including organs today. And I still got 29% of my vitamin C, which mostly came from the oysters and the mussels. So that's actually not bad. And again, is it necessary to hit your RDA and vitamin C every single day on a carnivore diet? I think the answer is a very clear no. It's not necessary. I would say that 29%, 30% on a carnivore diet is plenty of vitamin C to keep you from getting scurvy or, getting a deficiency or something like that. That's probably a lot more than most people get, honestly, especially if you're not eating organs. Iron, I got right at 4 times my RDA, so I'm good there. B12, 34 times my RDA. Meat and pretty much most animal products are very high in B12, which is a good thing because B12 and B vitamins are essential for human health. Calcium, 98%, just shy of 100, so that's really good. A lot of that came from the eggshell powder and the dairy and stuff I consumed, and some of that came from the meat as well. Folate, I got 64% of my RDA, not bad without including organs. That's not bad at all, actually. Vitamin A, I got almost 2 times my RDA. I got 1.75. Potassium, 91%. I could have easily hit my potassium today if I would have added in probably just 1 can of sardines or a little bit of extra seafood. All right, moving on down the list. B vitamins, I met and well exceeded my RDA on every single B vitamin. The only exception is when we get down to folate. Like we talked about, I got 64%, which is still good. Vitamin D, I got 208%, so a little over 2 times my RDA on vitamin D. But every time I add seafood to my diet, vitamin D bumps way up. Vitamin E, this is another one that was consistently low the first couple weeks, and I got almost 1.5 times my RDA on vitamin E. And a lot of that came from the poultry and the seafood specifically. Vitamin K, obviously this is going to show on the low side, and if you watch the past couple videos, I talked about this. Chronometer does not track vitamin K in these foods for some reason. So 3 ounces of pork has 49% of your RDA and vitamin K. It has 59 micrograms. And 3 ounces of chicken has 51 micrograms at 43% of your RDA. And I consumed 6 ounces of pork and 4 ounces of chicken. So I definitely went over my RDA on vitamin K today, regardless of what Chronometer shows. And I'll put the reference in the description so you can see where I'm pulling that information from. Copper, I got 6 times my RDA, so I'm definitely good on copper. Magnesium, just a little low on magnesium, 85%. And I am very happy with this, like I say in pretty much all my videos. When you're getting magnesium from a carnivore diet and it's not coming from plants, you don't have any plant toxins, you don't have any anti-nutrients to bind to the magnesium. So the magnesium you're getting you're able to utilize and absorb. So it's very bioavailable magnesium. Manganese, I got almost 2.5 times my RDA. And again, that's because of the mussels and the oysters. They are very high in manganese. Phosphorus, I got almost 4 times my RDA. Definitely good on phosphorus. Selenium is very, very high. And I think this is coming from the seafood, probably the oysters and the mussels. I'd have to go back and look at the data, but I got almost 10 times my RDA on selenium. Sodium I'm good on. I always just salt my food to taste, so no issues there. Zinc I'm good on. I didn't expect that to be any different because animal products are very high in zinc, so I got a little over 5 times my RDA on zinc. Moving on down the list to lipids, fats, cholesterol, 1,445. So I got 3.8 grams of omega-3 and 12 grams of omega-6. And that gave me almost 2.5 times my RDA on omega-3 and 71% of my RDA on omega-6. I'm happy with getting more omega-3 because omega-3 is very beneficial for your health, brain health, all kinds of stuff in the human body. It's very, very beneficial for. And it's also very anti-inflammatory, whereas omega-6 can be kind of pro-inflammatory. So keeping that on the lower side while maxing out my omega-3, I feel like that's optimal. Saturated fat, 115 grams, trans fat, 6.7 grams. Fat, cholesterol, saturated fat, all that stuff is very fundamental for human health, as long as it's coming from animal products and not seed oils and stuff like that. And going down the list through the proteins and essential amino acids, just like every single day, I've met and well exceeded my RDA on every single protein and essential amino acid, which makes sense because meat is a very complete protein source. But overall, I mean, that was pretty awesome. I mean, I actually got pretty close to my RDA on pretty much everything again, even though I didn't really include organs. The only thing I included today that was an organ was the 2 ounces of venison heart, and that wasn't even trying to optimize. I just felt like eating it because it looked good. But you can kind of tell just by adding variety to your diet, seafood, different types of animals, different cuts of meat, different parts of the animal, it really does bring in a vast array of very unique nutrients. And I feel like if you really want to optimize and you really want to round things out, I think this is the way to do it. And I think we're kind of seeing that. So this is a pretty awesome experiment so far. I'm really liking this. And I can tell that moving forward, I'm definitely going to do this probably a lot more often because it does make me feel really good. And the amount of satiety I've had so far is out of this world. I mean, I don't know if I've ever experienced this any other time on carnivore, and I've been doing this 5 years. But with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like, subscribe, join the Apex Tribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the future videos in this series. And I'll see you on day 20. All right, peace out.